All right, Pops. We got to talk about it, Pops. We got to. It's mandated. We're both big fans of him. He was the first. He was the first topic on the first podcast that we did. Um, is it time to pull the plug, Dad? I'm I'm gonna read you off this stat real quick from the game, and then I'll let you take it away. Um,
Yeah.
so the Jets win the game 27-20, and it's sad that I'm even bringing this up. I feel like it's a shot at him. They won the game, so I shouldn't even say any of this. But 6 for 11, 54 yards, one touchdown, one interception. He had
He's one of the teams.
he had 54 yards, and one catch was the Brees Hall for 42. So if you take that away, he had 12 yards on 5 completions.
Yep. That's not an NFL quarterback.
Could you imagine being could you imagine being a wide receiver running a bunch of routes and knowing you're more than likely never even getting looked at?
I know. Yeah, time to pull the plug.
I I don't want to say it, but I mean it I think it's time, right? It's getting to a point to where I mean, give you a couple more games, but I mean, you've had 3 teams now to make it work. You've gotten a really good contract for yourself this year to be able to stand on business and then get yourself a big, massive contract, in 2 years probably. But he just can't seem to get it together, Dad, and I don't know what to say.
Man, there. Goodbye.
I'm kind of hurt. Oh, you're done? I'm gonna keep talking about it for a second.
No, don't tell him bye.
Oh, you're gonna tell him bye just like that? I, I, I
What's up?
mean, I mean when Brees, I feel like if I was to go into the stats, I feel like Brees Hall would be 40% of their offense for like the last 6 games, and he's not paid. You paid Justin Fields instead. You could have paid him less than what you paid Fields, and then pick somebody else up.
Yeah.
What do you? Why don't? Okay. So let me ask you this. This randomly just came to my head. They love the scrambling quarterback. Rookie quarterback from this year, Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, but I don't like. I'm whatever.
Not a fan.
No, I don't like scrambling quarterbacks. Not that much.
Me either. But I think he has that. I think he has a very strong arm to where if he can stay in the pocket, because he didn't scramble too much at Bama. He threw it. He threw that bitch for real. But I feel like he would be more of a scrambling quarterback in the league as well. I would agree.
I gotta get ready to go. I'll
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you on
you're
the
good, Dad. You're good. I'm gonna go to my full cam and I'm gonna keep talking about it. Go ahead. Thank you. So Pop says it's time to pull the plug on Justin Fields. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a good note. I just think Justin Fields needs to figure out if he wants to actually develop in the league. And I'm not saying that he's not trying because I have no clue, but from the outside looking in, it seems as if Fields doesn't want to take the initiative and become like that starting number 1 quarterback and stay in the pocket and deliver the ball and make the actual reads. I can't say it's not hard to, or it's easy to make reads, but at some point you have to show a couple flashes of what you showed at Ohio State. because you stepped into some of them throws. You're not stepping into the throws no more. And you're not throwing the worst balls, but you're definitely not throwing very catchable balls either. And the other big thing is you can't have your running back being unhappy and riding a go-kart around the locker room begging to get shipped somewhere because he does not want to play with you. And he's the only reason y'all score on offense. So, that's no disrespect to no one else there or G5, but I'm just basing it off of, what's really going on. And the man from, I believe, Oklahoma State, if I am correct, is carrying the game right now. And at some point you gotta say, okay, I got paid blank amount of dollars. This team has this expectation of me, and I need to figure out how to change my approach or change what I got going on or try something different. Because what he's been doing is just not working currently, and it hasn't worked for any of the teams that he's played for. Now, I know offensive coordinators and schemes are very big in how this whole process is even going to shake out. So it's not all on Justin Fields. But if you look at the film, if you look at what's going on, our wide receiver is open. Yes. Does he miss a lot of throws? Yes. Our wide receiver is open when he is scrambling sometimes or a lot of times. Yes. Sometimes it can be more rewarding to be able to stop just for that one little second or just keep running and still throw the ball, 15, 20 yards like you're very capable of doing. Getting that pass off, now they're going to respect that a little bit more. So it opens up the game for you a little bit. But he just takes the run like usual, and that's what they want him to do. And they just make them play short down football. And it's hard to win games that way, but they ended up getting it done 27-20. Crazy game. Phenomenal game. But I think it's time to figure out what the Jets got going on, figure out how they're going to be able to score points, or are they just going to ride out with Justin Fields for the rest of the year? Play draft picks because they already traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams and just ride out the storm. They've already paid him the money, so at the end of the day, that's what I'm seeing is making the most sense for the Jets, and it seems like that's what they're doing right now. They're just sitting by, waiting for the season to get over with, seeing if they can make any off-season trades probably, and then they're going to reinvent shop. And the Jets are either going to mess everything up or they're going to end up making some crazy plays, making some crazy moves. Expect to see Breece Hall shipped for something. Or if they get a bunch of pieces, expect them to keep Breece Hall. If there's some way possible. Because they can say, hey, we got this pick, we're bringing in boom, 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 boom. But if I'm Breece Hall, I'm not buying none of that. Get up out of there. I'm not going to lie to you, big dog. You got to get up out of there because it's not safe. It is not safe, and it is not healthy to be in New York right now. I'm sure the food's good. I'm sure the people are great. I'm sure the fans are amazing. But I'd like to win a couple football games. And that feels like they didn't win a football game even though they did. It just feels like they're not going to be able to do nothing continuously or going on how would I say that? Yeah, it's time for the segment then. Let's get to the next. Love you, Ma. Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. I hope it goes by fast. All right, Pops. Let's get into the next segment, man. The Fins shocked the world. They beat Bills Mafia 31-13, Pops. Before you talk about your boy A-Chain, hell of a game. Let me just get into a couple of stats. He ended up winning the head-to-head battle, against Cook. Running back versus running back. Team versus team. A-Chain put up 22 carries, 174 yards, and 2 tugs. 6 targets for 6 receptions and 51 yards. A total of 200 and, what is that, 25 yards? With a dominant win over the Bills. What do you think, Pops?
I'm impressed with the Bills' defense.
Can't really hear you.
I said I was unimpressed with the Bills' defense.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, their defense was lacking. I'm very unimpressed with the defense of Buffalo. They couldn't stop a cold.
You said they couldn't stop what?
A cold.
Oh, a cold. Oh, shit. Not being able to stop a cold is crazy. I'm not too worried, I guess, about the Bills struggling right now. But a lot of people wanted to press the panic button early when it came to Kansas City early on in the season, Pops. So do you think it's time to press the panic button for the Buffalo Bills? I don't know.
You see that kind of game out of them. I thought the defense was a lot better than that.
Everyone thought the same thing about Atlantis, too.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see random hypothetical, just for the Dolphin fans? Could you see the Dolphins making the playoffs somehow, some way?
Yeah, it could happen.
You think so?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like they got to win out or get pretty close to winning out.
Yeah, but like I said, why not? It can always happen.
That's true. It definitely can. I mean, if there's enough games left, there's a way.
What's the big thing? They're playing for Daniels. That means something special. Because it depends if they're playing for the coach or not.
That's a good point, Pops. That's a good point. A lot of people felt like he was losing the locker room. He was losing the team. And on multiple occasions, you've heard not only players say that, you've also seen them step up in games where they're not supposed to even be in the game. And they're still in the game, or they mess around and get a major upset. And I don't think it's a huge worry issue for the Mafia, but I think it is a bad loss for the Bills. I don't think it helps their chances with a bye week.
That was supposed to be an easy one right there.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a gimme. That was supposed to be 14 points in the first half or first quarter, and then let's score one more time and let's put it on cruise. But who would have thought 31 points? Go to the Fins.
Yep.
Is Josh Allen still in the MVP race?
Yeah, of course.
I think so too. I don't think you can take him out of it. I don't think that it makes sense to take him out of it.
No, it wasn't bad offensive play. It was good bad defense play.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that, Pops. I do believe I had one or two more stats for that game as well, real quick, just to throw them in. Tua was 15 for 21. Not terrible. 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Them INTs.
And that's the one thing that I don't think the Fins can have if they're going to continue to go on this winning streak. I don't think 2 INTs is going to continuously win you 80% of the rest of your schedule. But Dolphins fans, you let us know what you think. How do you feel? What do you think about your Dolphins right now? Do you think McDaniels has the locker room. I think that he does. Pops thinks that he does. What do you think of the Finns' chances to make it to the playoffs? And if you guys do make it to the playoffs, is it not going to take everything you got just to get there? And then maybe you're exhausted by the time you get there, and then it's a tough way up. That AFC is nothing to play with. I wish the Finns fans the best. I'm a Steelers fan, so pray for me too. Pray for me too. Let's get to the next segment. It's time, Pops. The segment you've been waiting for. Your boy Drake Maye. He got the dub against MVP Baker. The head-to-head matchup, he seemed to rise to the occasion. Even though the stats didn't look the best, I'm going to read off the stats to you. But at the end of the day, what matters, Pop? Getting a W in that win column, right? So I'm gonna read off the stats real quick, Pops, and I'll let you take over real quick. Drake had 16 completions out of 31 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He hit 6 targets to Matt Collins. Baker Mayfield had 28 completions out of 43 attempts for 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Ibuka had a solid game, 6 catches for 115 and 1 tug. And then I'll go ahead and say this, Pops, and then let you take over. Your boy Henderson, he popped out and showed some, didn't he? He popped out and showed some, didn't he? 14 carries, Pops, for 142 yards and 2 tugs. What you think?
Not good. Real good. And that's what I thought May would do. Like I said, it's about getting the win or loss.
Yeah.
Each time who gets the win. But Baker played a really good game. They had good defense, so that's all there is to it. They were in it, that ass.
It was a good game. It wasn't a blowout, but it wasn't a game to where anybody expected, because if you go to any analyst, well, good what, Pops, 80% of them.
Got a special guest to the podcast today. It's called But there he is. That's the boss. That's the man with the plan.
I'm dead. What's going on, Nick?
What's up, gents?
Not much. But yeah, so Drake Maye gets it done. He beats Baker, Pops. A lot of people weren't expecting that. Also, Sean Tucker took half of the carries away from Rashard White.
I know I would pick Tucker up this week too. How about?
That was a little surprising to me, but also, I mean, I get it. He is big 4-4. What do you think about this little hot take here? Is Drake Maye Tom Brady Jr. when it comes to playing for the Patriots?
Well, could be.
Do you think he has the opportunity to? I mean,
he's playing the game, that's for sure. To me, he's one of the top. He's in the top 10 right now, top 5, in what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just by right now.
He's got what, a top 5 record in the league, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to argue. I mean, what do you want to do in the NFL, Dad? Win games and get to the Super Bowl and win the big one. That's the goal.
Yeah, don't let you win by or how you will be. It should be winning.
Mm-hmm. And it's, can you win consistently, and can you win the division games on top of that and compete in the actual division, which Buffalo is in that division, and they're competing with Buffalo right now. If not, if Josh Allen wasn't doing everything that he's been doing for all of these years, Dad, or maybe if Drake Maye was in his 3rd year right now doing this, it might be a 50-50, or the Patriots might have the polls overall and what people think on who's going to win when it comes to that division. What do you see from Drake Maye Pops that just makes him successful? Like compared to other quarterbacks currently right now that seem to be struggling with just being
Defense,
consistent.
great defense. Well, that's all there is to it. He stands in the pocket. He only runs when he has to.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's gonna wrap up this segment for is Drake Maye, Tom Brady Jr. Y'all let us know down in the comment section below, cause May looks nice and the Patriots are rolling. All right, Pops, we got the Seahawks, baby. Um, Two questions. One, your boy from the Vikings. He went to Seattle. He's performing well, got some money. Um, he's either playing really well or playing really good, and then throwing a couple of picks and letting some teams come back in the game and either losing the game or still winning the game. But the main question at topic is, are they a playoff team, Dad, or do you think they're a bust? How do you feel about the Seattle Seahawks?
They'll be fine. They'll be in the playoffs.
Okay. How do you think they'll perform in the playoffs?
It all depends if they really try to establish the running game like I think they should, and they don't. They need to get Walker more carries.
That was actually one of the topics that I had with this segment, and I might as well bring it up now, Pops. What do you feel about that situation, and do you think Zach Charbonnet is starting to take the job away from Walker a little bit?
Well, that's pretty much what he done. But the thing is now, that Charbonnet, he ain't putting up what Walker's doing. I think Walker needs to touch the ball more, period.
It's not like Walker's a slouch in any way, shape, or form. It's not like he can't hang on to the ball. It's not like he can't run the ball. It's not like he can't average 4 or 5, 6 yards a carry. Blocks well. But Zach Charbonnet, he looks good too in the offense. It's just like, are they saving him strictly for the playoffs? But that don't even make sense. So do you think that maybe Charbonnet just fits the scheme a little bit better with Sam Darnold than what Walker does, or what do you think's going on?
You think Walker does, if he has a lane, he'll buzz to it, but if he don't, he's not pushing 2 tackles like Charbonnet. He's more of a run north and south, and I think that's what you're going with.
You think that they want that at least 1 or 2 broken tackles, and then a couple of yak versus just shooting through the gaps?
I'm not speaking through that myself, but
I'm gonna run down some of the stats real quick that I have pulled up for the game, because I actually did not even say none of them. My bad to all of the viewers. Actually, I don't even have no stats for this game written down. A lot of Vikings fans, Dad, were saying, I wish we just kept Sam Darnold instead of J.J. McCarthy. How are you feeling about J.J. McCarthy right now for your Vikings?
I like it.
I like him too. So you're not mad at Sam Darnold going to a different team? Me either.
Hold on, Nick just come back and said the alarm was going off.
Oh, wow. Well, Pops has got the alarm going off at work. You can see we're making the podcast work right now. Appreciate everyone that's tapped into episode 11 on the Juice and Pop Show. Make sure you guys do like, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be the Seahawks segment. Are they a playoff team or not? I don't know if Seattle is going to be a playoff team or not. I know they're 100% going to be a playoff team, but I don't know if they're going to be an NFC championship contender. I don't know if I'm 100% bought in, but I'm bought into the defense. I'm bought into the offense. Sam Darnold hasn't really shown me too much bad, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's just time for me to buy in with Seattle. I think y'all got a great team, great roster, great coaching staff. You guys mix the pass and the run well. I would like to see Walker a lot more, like Pop said, but Charbonnet doesn't look bad in the offense, so that's how I feel about it, Pops. Anything else you want to add to Seattle?
I'm good.
Yeah, what do you think about them for the NFC Championship, Dad? Do you think they got a shot or what?
Add a receiver.
They do got Jackson Smith and Ninjigba, and he is playing phenomenal.
No, but didn't they add a receiver?
Oh yeah, they got Raheed Shaheed. I know I'm messing his name up from the Saints. Dang, I know that sun glare is killing you.
I like him.
Yeah, I like Shaheed too. But do you see them getting an NFC Championship, or how do you feel about that? Do you think it's a little tough, or?
No, they're playing ball this fun. It's all about. It's when you thought a lot.
Yes, sir. That's gonna wrap up the Seahawks game from Pops and I, and we're gonna get to the Matthew Stafford situation. Matthew Stafford, Pops, he looks 22 again, or is it just Sean McVay? Is it Coach, or how much credit do we give to Matt? Because that boy Stafford throwing that thing, OG.
Just getting healthy. That's all there is to it. If he's healthy, he's it.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to be healthy.
I don't know if Stafford looks like he's playing for the Rams right now, or if he looks like he's back, in the Megatron days when he was for Detroit. But Stafford's looking good to me. He's moving decent. I think the arm's beyond there. He's putting the ball on the money in so many different occasions. Devontae Adams is playing well. I know it's a lot of Sean McVay over there, but I think it's a lot of just putting the right pieces around Stafford. And then Stafford just getting healthy, like you stated, Pops. He's having an MVP-like season. Not many quarterbacks have performed like he's performed for this longevity. And I know some of it was rocky and shaky in Detroit for sure, but that situation just wasn't good for nobody, honestly. And Megatron speaks highly of him, so it looks like he's still the same quarterback almost out of his rookie year, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you think he has the opportunity to be like Tom Brady and
Somebody, mate.
get an extra, 4 or 5 years? Like, how many more years do you think Stafford could play?
The way he's playing right now, he can play for at least 3 more years, I think. If he can stay healthy, that's the only thing. He's still getting older, but still, his ball placements and his maneuverability is fine.
Yeah. 100%, Pops. I couldn't agree with you no more. Pops and I are really liking what we're seeing from Stafford. Let's cover the game just a little bit. 42-26 over the 49ers. The 49ers don't look bad. The 49ers don't look great. But then they look phenomenal. And then they look like trash. You don't know what you're getting random times. But then the other 80% of the time, you know what you're going to get with the Niners. I think Matt Jones is playing great football. I mean, great football. If you're a Niners fan, you really can't ask for much more. Kyle Shanahan's dialing everything up. Everything seems to be moving and grooving. You arguably have the best running back in the league, if not a top 5 running back of all time, currently on your roster with Trent Williams. But Trent Williams is going to need some help over there, fellas, okay? So, Niner gang, y'all got to get that together, okay? Ain't no way you got Christian McCaffrey and it's looking like that, baby. And then, second of all, Christian McCaffrey, keep doing your thing. You're having one hell of a season. I think he's at around like 5, close to 600 rushing yards. I'm going off the top of my head, and I think he has 600 receiving though. I think he has 1,100 total, because Jonathan Taylor has 1,100 rushing. Plus, he has receiving too. Taylor's having a phenomenal breakout year, but that just goes to show you with that breakout year that's being compared to better than what Saquon Barkley's year was last year to this point. while Christian McCaffrey was hurt, he's coming back from tendonitis from both Achilles, and he's having a phenomenal season this year. And who would have thought that he would be the one player on the Niners that's not hurt? So I think that's shocking all of the fan bases out there that the main injured guys for the Niners aren't getting injured this year, and it's more so other players getting injured on their team, which really sucks because it's like their entire roster is banged up besides just a couple of guys. So it's going to be tough for the Niners to bounce back, Pops, I think, when it comes to playoffs and staying healthy. What do you think about the Niners and going into the playoffs for a push? Because I think we all can speak freely for the Rams. Unless some weird injury happens out of nowhere, they're pretty much guaranteed playoff seat. So
it's all about everybody getting healthy near the end of the year. That's what it all is.
yeah.
And that's the cards play the way they may.
So the Rams, NFC Championship, do you see that as a possibility? Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up the segment for the Rams game. Shout out to Matthew Stafford, man. Keep doing your thing, big dog. You look great, baby. You look great. You look healthy. And you're throwing the heck out of the football. You are throwing the heck out of the football, big dog. And can't wait to see you playing week 11. All right, OG. Let's get to the next segment. Dan Campbell's got them Lions rolling, baby. I mean, they're rolling, Pops.
That they are. He's one of my favorite coaches.
44-22 over the Commanders. What you think about Dan Campbell over there and what he's done for Detroit in just the last 2 years, let alone since he's even been there?
Well, you talking about this last week. The Commanders were playing without Dan. They were playing with the backup quarterback and stuff. But still, they're looking awful impressive.
That's true, and I was also going back to. I haven't went back to it, but also it goes back to the week before where they have a young defense. They have a defense that's filling in for guys that's injured, and they're playing lights out. They're allowing stuff here and there, but they're not giving up. Okay, we're down in the game to where we gotta go away from our game plan. It seems like Detroit's always being able to stay in their game plan.
They're getting the wins. That's all that matters.
Yes, sir. They're definitely getting the wins. What do you think about the Lions? Do you think NFC Championship or bust at least?
Oh, for sure.
I'm thinking so too, and I know Dan Campbell, and he's gonna have them Lions itching for that Super Bowl opportunity. They don't want to let that slip through their grasp again, and I think if they make it there, Dad, they're gonna do the same thing if that opportunity happens again. That he's gonna go for it. He's gonna trust his players, and his players are gonna make it happen, or they're not gonna make it happen, and they're gonna ride on that no matter what. And that's what gets them to the dance.
Yeah.
And then could you imagine if he changed the game plan in those moments, and then if he made it to the Super Bowl, did the whole opposite, and then just mess around and won by 21 against an AFC team in the championship? I could just see Dan Campbell doing some crazy things when the opportunities come in the playoffs. I just see him being a coach that's like, hey, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna trust it no matter what, and we're gonna rock. We couldn't hear you say it again, Dad.
That's what they call fundamentally sound.
Fundamentally sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like what I'm seeing from Campbell. I like what I'm seeing from the Lions. They got Sonic and Knuckles over there, Gibbs and Montgomery. A lot of people called him a knucklehead for picking, the running back and an early draft pick. right after he just signed a running back from Chicago a couple of weeks before or whatever it was. And look at him now, Dad. They got Jared Goff and they're clicking on all cylinders. J-Mo's starting to finally pop, Dad. I know you're a big fan of J-Mo from Alabama. Finally getting able to really perform and look well and stay healthy. Looks great right beside Amon St. Brown and beside Sam Laporta. I think they have a wild offense that can go deep, in the middle, outside, splash, and then they got power with both running backs damn near.
Tell
Can't hear you at all.
It don't matter. You have to touch the ball. It could be a touchdown.
Mm. Well, that's gonna wrap up this part of Dan Campbell and the Lions. I love what I'm seeing. I'm a fan of Detroit. It's still Go Steelers. It's still Pittsburgh Nation. But I'm a fan of Dan Campbell and the Lions. They look great, and they've had my attention for the last couple of years. And honestly, I'm rooting for y'all in the playoffs. So go get y'all one, fellas. Ha ha, Pops. We got my Steelers, baby. I popped some good little stuff last week. Not really much. Y'all can go check out the video. I was surprised my Steelers got the job done against Indianapolis, but I was happy with it. We seemed to not shut down the main problem with the Chargers, Dad, which was Justin Herbert. Didn't seem to get anything going on offense, Dad. My team has no offense. We have no establishment. We do not know what we want to do. Where A-Rod's having wide open passes, missing wide open opportunities, big opportunities that can just make the world go around for us with DK Metcalf early. Nope, we don't get that. Okay. And then there's a couple more throughout the game, and then, toward the end of the game, and it's just like, wish we could have those. But I know A-Rod's going to get right. I'm not worried about that. Let's just get to the playoffs and then play off A-Rod there. Discount, double check. We need all of that, okay? Fellas, wide receivers. I love y'all. But Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin, one of y'all got to figure out what y'all want to do. Y'all trying to play on this team or not? Y'all trying to get money or not? Y'all trying to help us go to the playoffs or no? What's up? What's going on? We need a number 2.
So Mr.
DK needs some help. He's not asking for much. But, I mean, y'all got him begging. He's seeing true double team. Just like Megatron did. That's tough. It's a long day. Scratch your head. Good luck. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Pittsburgh, we need to find an identity before we get to the playoffs, please. Because if we do not find an identity before we get to the playoffs, it's going to be struggles. Pops and I have been talking about it all season. We've been talking about it on the pod. It's the one thing that scares me when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and my team. We have no identity on offense, and we're really looking for Caleb Johnson to be able to do something at running back, but we also need to give him some opportunities and some touches. Let's give Caleb Johnson the opportunity to just go beat a guy one time. Let's see what that looks like right now. Let's see if we can get a new spark. I'm not mad at what Warren's doing. Warren played great. But let's see if we can just get another spark going. And it's like, okay, cool. Warren, come in, do your thing. Okay, cool. Caleb feel good now. Now we know Caleb's going to come back in at some point. Might come in for a block here and there, whatever the case is. But we know we got his juices flowing. Right? Let's hit Calvin on the early one. Let's get the hams warmed up or something. Let's get a zig route or something. Just something for Roman Wilson if we need. Let's just get the ball moving, okay? Please. Let's get these guys comfortable because it's tough when you're watching a really good team underperform, like multiple times in different ways, but in the same overall consistency. And the main problem is though the offense. We just don't got no establishment there on what we're gonna do and how we're gonna be able to score points and be able to compete with any of these high powering offenses in the AFC, because there's a lot of them. And if we think that we're gonna be able to compete with all of these teams strictly off of the defense that we're playing right now, man, I'm assuming we're gonna tighten it up and get a lot better. We're gonna still have to put up some points, and we can't leave it all on Chris Boswell to, go 4 for 4. That I don't know if that's gonna get it done every time. So to my Steelers fans, let me know what you think about what I gotta say down in the comments. We can chop it up. Let me know how you think we can fix this problem, cause I got a few ideas, but I want to see how this week goes. I want to see how this week plays out, and then we're gonna dive into Pittsburgh's offense real heavy next week, and then we'll go from there. I think the defense looks shaky in certain moments, but the defense doesn't look like it's getting away from us. So I think that we can manage. The offense it needs some work. It needs some work. Coach T, coach him up, baby. Coach him up. We got faith in you, big dog. Steeler Nation, I love y'all, baby. And yeah, I gotta get to the next segment because Steelers got me sad. I know I gotta talk about the Chargers though. I know I do, man. Justin Herbert looks great. Shout out to Jay Herb, man. Omar Hampton, I believe, is coming back next week. I know. Chargers fans ready for that. But then Vidal. Oh my goodness, playing phenomenal. Make sure you go back on the podcast when we did the rookie rankings, and Pops and I had him very high in our rankings, but we didn't know if he'd ever get playing time, and he didn't really get much playing time. And then when he did get playing time, he's better than what we thought he'd be. So now you got Hampton. And now you got Vidal and his motor's moving. Ooh, that might be something dangerous over there for the Chargers. So I'm definitely worried about that. With all of their offensive weapons, and Keenan Allen just being a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs. Khalil Mack. It's Derwin. I'm not forgetting about you, but it's a nice squad over there in LA. I like what they're doing. Their defense is playing well enough to keep them where they should be, and I think if Harbaugh opens up Herbert just a little bit more, I think the value there increases a lot for the Chargers. But shout out to them, great win. They played a great game, and yeah, fellas, let's tighten it up. Let's get right. All right, Dad. It's a big topic, but not a big topic, but. I mean, I feel like we do got to spend a couple of minutes on it at least. Not that many fights actually break out during game, but when they do, it's the NFL. It's straight to it. That was a mean right hook from Deron Payne, and I mean, it was a good one. But I did go back and look, and then I did look as well on Amon St. or not Amon St. Brown, but yeah, I know Monson, but the other DB that's on the team, I'm trying to think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank, but he said that he did see him and Amon St. Brown pushing back and forth, and he think that Amon punched him with just a little jab just to get away with it, but it wasn't nothing I guess too serious. It was more so just trying to get away with it, and Payne was not taking none of that. And I guess later on in the game, he just finally said and punched him. He must have said something else to him. For that mean right hook.
Yeah, he scored is what happened.
Huh?
He scored. That pissed him off.
And he probably walked up to him and said some good cash shit too. Could you imagine if they were mic'd up for the game, Dad?
Yeah, I know.
That'd be crazy, right? could you imagine like the footage on? I wonder what that sounds like, or like, yeah, I wonder what that sounds like.
Yeah, man.
Punching a helmet, like, and it didn't look like he held back much. Dad, it looked like he punched it for real.
It's like he punched him in the side of the throat is what it looked like.
And he turned out, he turned, rotated and everything. Hit his ass with a clean. Well, how would you feel, Pops, if someone just duffed you like that in the game? Are you gonna be like Amon or like Armand and just take it and then keep playing the game because that's what he did? Or are you gonna punch back? What you doing?
Your internet's messing up again.
Oh, it is. So Pops must not be able to hear me too well right now. So let me try this real quick. What about now, Dad? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's muffled.
All right, OG. It's about that time we get into the Browns game, Pop. So I called this segment Sanders versus Stefanski versus the Browns versus the fan base. You can touch base on anything that you want, Pops. How do you feel about the Sanders situation in general, baby?
Get him in the game. Nothing else needs to be seen or said. Gabriel ain't done shit. He should have been pulled last game. What they're doing is it's nonsense. So fancy that they just don't like the kid. Give him a chance to play right now before they lose him.
I don't see how they could lose him though. Cause I don't see them giving him away. It looks like they're gonna hold him hostage unless they get something crazy for him. But then again, Dad, guess what? It is the Browns, right? um. So you're not too fond of what you're seeing from Gabriel right now.
Because I'm really not a Stancy fan. I don't care why he was hired. He ain't shown me shit since he's been there.
Yeah, I mean, last season wasn't the best season either. I mean, the Browns haven't had a good season in 10 to 15 years, so it's not like you can say anybody's done anything different, but I mean, somebody's got to turn the wheels over there. I mean, they've given out $500 million in guaranteed contracts in the last, what, 4 or 5 years?
I don't get it.
At some point, right, and Sanders has not been given the starting job yet. He has not been given the reins to be the captain of the team and go be the quarterback. So, do you think he's even going to give him the reins at all? Or how many more games do you think this is going to even last? Because I know the Browns fans are biting at the bit just to get anything different. And losing to the Jets like that by 7, that is insane.
Not fair to him in the last game, but I was wrong, so I don't know. I said, well, what I feel is what they're doing is just totally wrong.
I don't think it's fair to Sanders. I mean, he is a rookie quarterback, and you're trying to let another rookie quarterback play. So, I mean, then again, it wouldn't be fair to Gabriel because maybe you pull him too early and he was just getting his feet wet. But, I mean, how many games do you need?
If you're not performing, you get pulled. He's not performing, you get pulled. It's an NFL. It ain't college. It ain't high school. If you're not performing, you get pulled, period. Next man out.
That's a fair point, Pops. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. Stefanski, let the reins go. New offensive coordinator or new offensive play caller. Still not to be looking the same. It still seems to be check down Randy over there.
I know what he's afraid of. He's afraid that Shedeur going to come in. He's going to play well. He's going to look like shit.
I feel like the longer that he waits, it's just gonna make it worse.
Yeah, make it worse on him is what I feel too.
Next thing you know, you got Sanders coming in the game. He goes 21 for 28, 228 passing yards and 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'd take that all day long right now, Dad. And it would be a win on top of that. So I think it's about time for the Browns to step up and make a big boy play, whether it's coming from the top of the office, whether it's coming from the owner, whether it's coming from Stefanski. I think it's time to make a move. I think the team's ready to roll. It's just, I don't know if the coaching staff is ready to roll. If they let Dylan Gabriel play one more game, then let's let this be the game, fellas. All right, Browns fans, let's let this be the game. Let's not keep dragging it out. After this game, if you don't see substantial improvement, it's got to be the next man up. Because at some point, you're just wasting a draft pick, even though Shedeur Sanders could have easily been the draft pick that you took Gabriel with. So it's not like it's a huge reach by saying, oh, this guy's a second-round draft pick and this guy's a fifth-round draft pick. Nah, not really. It's really, 2 second-round and third-round talents.
He's better than Gabriel. I don't care what to say.
Huh?
To me, he's better than Gabriel. He should have got a chance before Gabriel. That's all some bullshit.
Not mad at that, Pops. I'm not seeing nothing. What?
I said, but it is what it is. At this point, you have to just roll with the punches. That's why I really like Shedeur and the way he's handled it. He's handled like a true professional. That's why I can't wait for him to get his chance. I just hope he does well. Like I think he will. I think a lot of teams are hating on him just because he's Deion's son.
And it sucks because Deion ain't got nothing to do with it. Deion over there coaching Colorado right now, Pop's trying to figure out what the hell he got going on. Let alone worry about the Browns holding his son just because of who he is. It don't make no sense to me, Pops. Let me ask you this then, Pops. If you're a Browns fan, how do you feel about the situation, I guess? Like if you're just a diehard Browns fan, like is it like what is going through your mind at this point?
They're just getting pissed. That's all they're doing, getting pissed. And that is hitting more and more each week.
Do you think it'll get to the point to where next thing you see is some posters being made or just a whole campaign for Shedeur to be put in the game at some point in time in this season if you do not see him? Or how do you think that could work out with the fan base?
They've already been doing it right now. Trying to get Shedeur in game.
I mean, you're right. You are. You are right, Pops. 100%. They are definitely trying to get him in a game, and it's not working. That's fair. So, what do you got to say about Stefanski then, Pops? Do you think it's time for him to go? Do you think it's like, what do you think the decision making is for Stefanski at this point? Who?
Jimmy.
Okay, no.
You know that Jimmy?
Huh?
That Jimmy? Yep.
Uh-uh.
That Jimmy?
Oh shit.
Now he knows.
I was looking at my stuff. I didn't want to put him on the recording.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't. I switched it to my camera. But yeah. Anyways, Dad, do you got anything else to say about Sanders?
Do what?
I said, do you got anything else to say about Sanders in this situation?
Your internet's messing up again.
My internet's messing up again?
I can't understand it.
All right. So I asked you that. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to the Sanders, Stefanski, Browns, or to the fans aspect of just the shit show or the crap show in general? I guess. What do you think? I guess of the outcome or anything that you want to say?
Yeah, Stefanski, quit hating.
That's your message to the Browns organization.
But he hates on the Sanders. Period.
I just don't understand why you haven't at least let him get a halftime.
When they're playing that bad, at least put him in the game.
At
They didn't
some
see him.
point.
And he's losing locker room too. Cause he's getting pissed.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting really pissed. He's tired of the shit show. And they should be winning. If they had any kind of offensive ball, they'd be winning.
Yeah. Listen, you can't dink and dunk like the Patriots if you're not gonna play like the Patriots. It don't work, even if you got a good ass defense. It ain't gonna change nothing, baby.
He might dink and dunk, but he still goes deep.
Who?
Mays.
May, huh?
Yeah, for New England.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, I got you. And yeah, and that is the aspect that they're missing from Gabriel. You're right. They are not going deep at all and opening up the offense in any way, shape, or form.
No part of the field at all. All you do is make it smaller.
I couldn't hear you when you talk. When you talk at the same time as me, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
When he's playing, he's making the field smaller to play.
Mm-hmm.
Open up the field more.
That's very true, pops. That's very true. I think I think Sanders has an opportunity whenever the opportunity comes. I think he has an opportunity to shock all the haters wrong, and then just have a shock factor to the world. If he can, perform one really good game out of two starts, he'll have the entire team on his back now for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? If he can have one standout game, because you've shown more in 2 games than what the other rookie quarterback has shown in an example of 5 or 6 games now that he's going to be playing, if not the rest of the remainder of the season. Well, that's going to wrap up what Pops and I have to say about Sanders, Stefanski, Browns, and the fan situation. Browns fans, comment down below. NFL fans, comment down below. Let us know what y'all think about this, because this is a crazy situation, but it's also not too crazy because another rookie quarterback is starting currently right now. So I don't think it's too bad, but at some point, maybe you let the guy play. All right, Pops. They're going to see it on the thumbnail. It's the Justin Herbert hip drop tackle. And then also, this is the main topic. Frankie Louvu, hip drop tackles. He's gotten some warnings. I'm going to show a couple of images here. You've already seen them, Pops. I can share the screen real quick if you'd like to see them too. You want to see what they look like again?
Yeah.
Here's the images, Pops. They're going to be a little small on the screen. You might not be able to see them well though. But we're just gonna look at this one, for example. And the problem with this is we're looking at his legs. For anyone that does not know what a hip drop tackle is, he is swinging his legs underneath rather than driving through or finishing the tackle or going down sideways. He is grabbing the player and then curling his body underneath the legs of another player that can go sideways, forward, backwards, can get hit by another player just like this. Next thing you know, Achilles, ACL, or your knee, or anything like that, and your leg is done, and you're never the same player. Just to let anyone know what the severity of it is, here's another image of a hip drop tackle where once he grabbed him, he 100% leaned back and dropped on him. Give us 1 second. Little brother's calling on the podcast. Yeah, what's up, little bro?
Does this camera come with an SD card or no? Because if not, then
There's one in there. Everything's already in there.
it's got a USB.
Dad, everything's in the box, all right?
Everything's
Yep, just grab the box and bring the box.
it's on the dining room table.
It's on the dining room table.
When he ordered it, did it say
It came with one, yes. Just grab the box. It should be in there.
It is. I look.
So I'm asking, let's just open that look, and there's no SD card to be found, but there's a USB.
All right. Anyways, so what we're gonna get to is the back to the Frankie Louvu hip drop tackle here. When he swings his legs like that, it makes it super dangerous for any athlete. And we're gonna go to another photo where he is once again grabbing the player and 100% completely in the air with his body weight dropping down, swinging his legs underneath a player that is going forward and chopping his legs out from underneath him. And then this is the final image right here that we have of Frankie Louvu. And this is all just this season in the last couple of weeks. And there is a couple of more. I just didn't pull all of them up. So he has to clean this up here. This is not good. This is not what you want to see from one of your rookie linebackers that you no they did not draft him. He came from Carolina. I misspoke. You don't want to see this in general though, but the reason why I brought up college is I'm assuming that he's had this problem in college. So if we were to go back and look at the film and go back and look at the footage of college, how many athletes did he hurt in college? And I pray that it's none, but if he tackled like this in his entire 3 to 4 year stint in college, I just don't see how no one never got injured. And if not, he definitely needs to figure out how to tackle just a little bit different before he tears someone's knee or their ankle or just something in their lower leg. And next thing you know, they're never the same athlete again just because he doesn't want to clean up how he tackles. Miss a few tackles, man, if you have to. If you got to miss a few tackles to not purposely injure a player, because that is 100%, in my opinion, purposely, when you're going for a tackle and you coil your legs thrown underneath a player. That's just like an intentional chop block to me. I feel like that's very avoidable, and I hate to see it for Frankie Louvu, but hopefully he can clean it up a little bit. And I hated what I seen from, I believe it was Alex Highsmith in the Steelers game against Justin Herbert. I mean, that was nasty. That was like completely nasty. That was dive, grab, swing. Looked like he tore both knees. Super scary, super dangerous. I just think that they got to clean it up. I'm not opposed to if we were to add a new rule that if you hip drop tackle at any point in time in the game, and it is very evident that you are a hip drop tackle, you are suspended the rest of that game and the next game. Mandated. You do it again, 2 games. I just think that we got to start mandating it. There's no way that we're hip drop tackling this much in the league still. And we see on 25% of them tackles, it's probably a season-ending injury.
I'm with you 100%.
You back now, Pops?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Hey, bud.
Go ahead, Dad. You got anything to say?
No, I'm good.
No? Okay. All right, well, that's going to wrap up the Frankie Louvu, and we're going to get to the next topic. Let's get into it, man. We got the Giants firing Dabble. I think it's a terrible decision, Pops. Or, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't think it's a smart decision. Unless you guarantee got a new coach, and I don't think that coach is going to be what Dabo's doing right now, or Dabble. Was it the right move, Pops?
Yeah, I don't think they should let go Dabo. I like Dabo. I don't get it. They're playing for the whole new culture. They're just now getting his players in there.
I'm assuming due to the injury that happened to Jackson Dart and just the way that they're running the offense and the way that he's allowing him to play, I guess, maybe is the only thing that I can assume because he is injured right now. But other than that, I don't see why they would cut him now or fire him now if he made the choice early on to say, Rush, you're just not the guy right now. I'm sorry. And he gave the keys to Jackson Dart very early on. You could have been seeing the Kevin Stefanski situation, over at the Browns right now.
Yep.
So if the Giants are doing that, Browns, I think it's time for y'all to step up to the plate, baby. Hire Dabble. Or Dabble. I know I'm saying his name wrong. Hire him. Dable. Hire Dable. Dable will be better than Stefanski. All right. But he'll be better than Stefanski at this moment. So do you think it was the right move or the wrong move, Pops?
I already told you wrong.
Wrong move? Why would you say it's the wrong move?
Because I like Dayball. I think he's a good coach.
Why?
Because I like he's got a culture going on there. You're trying to get the culture started. That's what he's done. The win and losses will come next season. They're losing so many players right now. Just, like I said, it's Giants are dirt shit anyway as far as their ownership in my eyes.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of crappy owners out there when it comes to the NFL, but I think there's a couple of crappy owners, Dad, when it comes to a lot of teams for a lot of sports probably. So I guess you kind of got to roll with it, right? You got to deal with the punches, and you got to just make the best happen, I guess, if you're a Giants fan right now and if you're on the Giants. I mean, I thought that the offense looked okay, Dad. I didn't think the defense looked terrible. Like, I didn't think that they looked bad.
No, like I said, and there are all kinds of injuries around the board.
Yeah, that was superstar wide receiver. The defensive line's playing great. I mean, Brian Burns is one of the top defensive ends right now in the league, Dad. And shoot, you can't tell him nothing right now. Spider-Man's playing, out of this world. He's one of the best defensive ends currently in the league. When you go look at the numbers, and a lot of people were waiting for him to finally make that jump, and it seems like this year he was making that jump. It seemed like the rest of the team was making a solid jump. I was fond of picking up Javon Holland for the Giants. I thought that was a great free safety pickup. I feel like they've made good moves too, so I don't think that he was a terrible offseason coach. So I'm trying to figure out what do they want the coach to do, because whatever coach that they're going to bring in, I feel like would have just finished at least at the same point that he would have, if not worse.
They just wanted somebody to blame.
Just using him as the scapegoat. Just letting him be the reason why the team's bad this year.
Yep.
I get it, but I don't think it makes the most sense. But I guess at the end of the day, the Giants are going to do some New York things, right? And I guess New York isn't doing too many things right now. Pop, shout out to New York. Oh, man. Let's get into, I believe it's the last or second to last segment, Pops. All right, Pops, for the last segment of the day for the podcast, man, we got some breaking news. It's not 100% official, but it's being talked about that it's being finalized right now with both parties, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, for December, which I know you've seen one or two Jake Paul fights with me in the past, but Anthony Joshua is a retired heavyweight fighter that is a dog, and he's never lost before. Oh, no, I was thinking of Ward, sorry. Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight fighter that is a dog, and he has a crazy one, too. If they actually sign, and it's not, like, fake, like, I got, like, a 99.9999999% chance that, like, Anthony Joshua, like, wins this fight. Like, I don't understand. I don't see how Jake Paul gonna get it done. Andy only got a month to prepare for him. If he thinks that's going to help him against Anthony Joshua, Pops, that's going to be a long day. Do you have any interest in even watching the Jake Paul fight?
Yeah, I watch it, yeah.
Okay, what do you think? I mean, he can punch.
I like to see him get beat.
It's not like he can't fight, though. I wouldn't mind seeing him lose either, but, I mean, I would just like to see him fight someone that makes sense. This would make sense. If he wins this, I ain't saying shit to him.
Yeah, that means something.
Yep. Even if it's on short notice, Anthony Joshua is not no slouch, and it's not like he's been taking a lot of time off. He's not retired like I was thinking of for Andre Ward, but because I know that was another conversation. But Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, Pops may get it on. in December. The original fight was supposed to be November 14th, which is 2 days from now on Friday, but the fight got postponed because Tank had some domestic violence allegations, and it proceeded after that, so the fight got canceled. It looks like he has found a replacement on November 12th, around 5 p.m. on the East Coast, but maybe tomorrow or the next day it gets final, and I'm assuming it would get finalized within the next day or so, Dad, if they are actually going to fight in December. Other than that, I don't think that this would be a real rumor, and he would probably have to find a different fight, because I wouldn't see Anthony Joshua taking a fight too far out, because he wouldn't want to lose. He wouldn't even. I don't think he would even want to take the opportunity, because he boxes and he knows that anybody got a punch or chance. Like, he's not dumb. But we watched the Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou fight together, Dad. Anthony Joshua was the guy that knocked out Francis Ngannou in boxing. That was the fight the last fight that we watched together for Anthony Joshua, so you can remember him. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, Pops, but I'm going to be there. I can't wait to see it. Make sure you guys tap into the comment section. Get up in the Discord. We host watch parties and everything like that, so make sure you guys enjoy in the Discord with us if you guys want to be able to watch with us. Sometimes Pop's in there, sometimes he's not, but he'll be there on December, whatever date. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, if it actually happens. And that's going to wrap up this segment. It's about that time. It's about that time, big dog.
Let's do it.
Oh, we're done. I'm saying it's that time to wrap it up.
No, I thought we had one more.
No, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua was the last topic that we had, and we finished off football. Unless you would like to wrap the show up with a bow and talk about your Minnesota Vikings last week. If you would like to talk about JJ and McCarthy, talk about your Vikings, go ahead, Pops.
Yeah, I really like what he's doing. He's really putting the offense together. And they have enough offensive talent that they can go places, and their defense will keep them right in the game. So I cannot wait to see how they do in the postseason, because I feel they'll be there.
100%. I think you guys have a chance to grow as the season goes. The culture will get more invested, and I think everyone on the Minnesota Vikings is 100% invested in JJ McCarthy as the quarterback. I think that's the big difference when it comes to him and Sam Darnold. When a lot of people just give the guy a couple of years, look at how that team feels when he's in the game. He says, "Hey, let's turn up." The team goes out there, Pops, and y'all turn up. I'll be damned, y'all turn up. Even if he goes out there, Dad throws a pick, fumbles, doesn't move the ball, the defense is going to pat him on the back and go right out there, and you guys will mess around and get a stop or hold him to 3.
The team believes in him. That's all you need.
Seems like you guys are riding with him. That's for sure, Pops. I think it was a solid pick for you guys.
Yep.
But that's going to wrap up the Juice and Pops show. I know Pops is ready to get up out of here. Pops, I appreciate you joining us on episode 11. Is there anything you want to say out there to the people?
No, I can't wait for some football this week. Let's go Thursday night.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It is November 12th, 5:33 p.m. I'm going to get all of this to y'all whenever I can, as fast as I can. And remember, if we're doing it, y'all can too. Love y'all.
Peace.
Subscribe to the Juice and Pop Show.